Hello everybody and welcome to our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin and Lisa Leyland. It's round 6 of the FIA Motocross World Championship. This is the MXGP of France and we return to the circuit of La Capelle Marival for the first time since 2021. On our studio show today from MX2 we have home rider Maxime Grau, who had a fantastic ride last time out in Trentino. 40 years ago this year, Jacky Vimond became the first ever world champion from France. He joins us in the studio as well. And of course, this weekend, for the first time in 2026, we've got Jason Thomas from Fly Racing. So a lot to get through. Lisa Leyland, here we are. Welcome to France. Yeah. We've only had 5 weekends off.
I know.
Did you enjoy them? I hope so, because you haven't got much time to enjoy anything once we get going. What, 14
it's going to be
races
full gas.
in 18 weeks?
It's going to be intense, isn't it? But I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm prepped. Good to go. Can't speak very well, but apart from that, all's good.
That's all right. Don't worry about that. We'll get you a lot of water, don't worry. We'll get you lubricated. Anyway, let's welcome in our first guest then, Maxime Grau. Of course, MRT Team Honda Racing, ABF Italia, is going to step in now. And as I said a moment ago, he was absolutely fantastic in Trentino 5 weekends ago now. I'm used to saying a week off or 2 weeks
I know,
ago.
exactly.
5 weeks, it's almost like an off-season. Maxime, great to see you. 18th overall in the championship. Overall, before we start talking about individual weekends, are you happy with how you're riding at the moment?
Yeah, no, for sure. Really happy for now. It's first time, I moved this year with MRT Honda. I was been a long time with KTM, so yeah, we make a small change just before 2 weeks before Argentina. So no. For now, I'm really happy. I'm still learning on this Honda. And yeah, every time I go on the track and riding with this bike, and I enjoy a lot.
You mentioned, obviously, new bike, new team. How is it, first of all, working for a team that has so much history in this sport with world champions and that kind of thing? And are you living in Italy now? And if so, how is that? Because maybe not too different from France, but are you there in Italy?
Yeah, for sure. I was in Germany and I moved in Italy. And so far I enjoy a lot. The track, the people also there are really familiar. So no, for now I enjoy a lot. Corrado, Marco, a lot of people. Yeah, Corrado also, who was a great rider, and Marco also. So no, it's really nice. I enjoy really a lot so far, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. In the past, we've seen you stand on the MX 250 podium 4 times. This is your second year in MX2. Does it still feel that you're racing perhaps on a different level and it's a lot more intense than the Europeans? Do you still feel that, or have you adjusted?
Actually, it's really funny because all the riders that we was in European, they are now the guys in MX2. I fight with Valerio, I fight with Valen. Camden, I saw him when I was my first year in EMX 250 because, I moved really young in 250. So, all the riders actually are now the same that I was in European. So, no, actually, I feel is, for sure the level step up from, European, but all the people and rider are the same.
Yeah. Well, in Trentino, 5 weeks ago, we saw you up at the sharp end in race 1. You were running top 5, top 6 for quite some time, finished 7th. How was that for you? Because that was a career best result. How did that feel, getting that?
No, for sure, I was really happy. I did a really good start. That helped me really a lot. And after, I just keep my rhythm. In MX2, we are all riding really fast, and it's really important. The start is the key. Huh? So no, I get this start, and after I just keep riding my flow. I know that I have a really good speed on hardpack. I have to work still in this sand, but hardpack for sure. I know what I can do, and
How was the intensity in that race? Because obviously, when you are new to MX2 and you sort of come in as an EMX 250 rider, whether you're a top rider in EMX 250, you can find yourself fighting 10, 11, 12, 13th place. All of a sudden, you're there in the sharp end. How was that? Did you notice the heart rate was a little higher and the intensity, or was it not too bad?
No, actually, the speed I have in the training, a lot of people know my speed in hardpack. I've been a lot with some good rider that, they know I can go fast. So every time, it was just a good moment. I start good, and actually the four lap, I sprint really hard. I say I need this to make like some pass or try some things, you know. And yeah, I even didn't think so much. I say just go full gas, learn from this, because more I will start in front, also more I learn, you know, from the pace from the guys, and also sometimes maybe take my time, you know. So no, it's only more I start yeah, in front with the guys, more I learn. So no, it's really good.
Good.
Well, you took another good start in race 2, almost the whole shot. We saw you running sort of top 5, top 6 again. Then I saw you pull into pit lane. You didn't finish the race. What actually happened there? Was it technical or physical issue?
Yeah, unfortunately I crashed in the back of the track. So it took me a little bit some time because the bike was a little bit bent and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately I had to stop the moto. But yeah, same with second moto. I start second. I know Sasha is putting a really great pace at the beginning. And same, my goal was to make the break with him, because the break that you do at the beginning, yeah, it's more hard for the guys after to catch up. So no, I still working on this to be really also fast, really fast at the beginning. And we see also in US, you know, Kenny is a really good guy at this. And yes, sometimes we saw also last round, he make maybe his championship by the first corner. He was really aggressive, make the pass. And so yeah, I'm working on this, and yeah.
Yeah. What was the biggest thing you would say that you learned from Trentino, like being up at the sharp end with the top guys?
I will say that for sure I was really exciting. And yeah, it's also, I would say, more I will like start, I would say, be also a little bit more confident on myself to be with this guy, because it's true that when I was with them, I wanted really to push. I was really 100%. I saw I was good, so I said, man, I want to make some pass. I saw I was pushing, and there was a little bit more calm because with the rain that came actually last minute. So no, it's also some small things that when rain comes and stuff, that maybe I take it more easy, because I use a lot of tear off actually at the beginning when I was behind Liam. And yeah, after 15 minutes, I think I was riding without tear off, you know. So yeah, it's a little bit some small things like this to think.
And actually, sometimes when it does rain, you have less to lose than the championship contender. So sometimes they are more cautious and you have nothing to lose. And sometimes you can make that difference in that situation.
Exactly. I'm that guy this year who is learning, and I have nothing to lose, you know. So my goal is always winning. I have always this thing. I love winning. Is everything? Yeah, is what I love, you know. So I will fight hard, and yes, some condition like this, me, I have nothing to lose. So yeah, I just go for it.
And just really, really quickly, home GP this weekend. How is the track? I saw they ripped it heavily. It's very rutty after practice. Is that kind of a track that you're going to enjoy riding with that technical level this weekend? Yeah,
for sure. I enjoy a lot the track. It's a little bit like hard pack, but yeah, it's really soft. Really soft. So sometimes you have to open the corner, change line, cut the line. So no, it's really technical track, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Cool. Well, look, Maxime Grau, all the best. Thanks for joining us. First time on the studio show. Enjoy your home GP and have a great rest of the season. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Right, before we check in with our second guest, Jacky Vimond, let's take a quick look behind the scenes, behind the gate, episode 5, Dogfight. We're going to catch up briefly with Kai Cars Makers. Enjoy.
How's the track then?
Looks good.
Yeah?
Looks really good. Still dry, but I think they will put water later. So some small changes I see. Some split sections again, and yeah, some parts a little bit different. But looks good. Looks really good. The weather is good. So hopefully you get a good weekend.
Obviously it's a deep sand track, but what would you say like the main difference is to a place like this and a place like Lommel?
I think for sure, I think the sand moves a little bit more than Lommel. It's a little bit more beach sand, something like that, I think. So I think that's the different.
Which do you prefer out to? Do you prefer beach sand or?
I don't really.
Not too bothered.
No, not too bored. No.
Just want to go and
Yeah,
win.
yeah, for sure. No, but yeah, I like both. So.
Sans se priver de ses âmes, vous en entendrez parler sans doute, mais vous ne pourrez pas partager notre passion avec vous.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Now, earlier on, you probably heard me mention that 40 years ago this year, 1986, Jacky Vimond became the first ever world champion to win a world title for France. And Jacky Vimond is here in the studio with us now. Jacky, first of all, welcome to our studio show, and welcome to France for round 6 of the World Championship here in La Capelle-Marival. Are you excited, first of all?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much to highlighting me, my career, thank you very much. And for that, I got some present for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a big one for Lisa first.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wow.
And this is for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.
Can I please?
Price.
So here we go. So Jacky Vimond was also known as the Pink Panther during his riding career. And, well, Pink Panther in the studio, quite literally. Thank you very much. I will check mine out in a little while.
Yeah, that's a special one. This is a poster, you will maybe remember something to you.
Oh, nice.
Okay, look at this. So we will talk about Jacky's career in a moment, but this is Sebastian Tortelli, your first world champion as a coach, mentor?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Who beat me to the world championship in 1996, by the way. So
and it was in Fox Hill.
Oh, that was Fox Hill?
Yes.
He beat me there as well.
Ouch.
Sorry for that.
No, it's all right. But I did win there the year before in 1995, so that was okay. Well, look, thank you for the gifts. Well, look, Jacky, first of all, like we say, 40 years since you became world champion. Some people will go, wow, that's a long time. But for you, it probably still seems like yesterday in many ways, does it?
Yeah, I'm not really nostalgic to the past. But honestly, when we celebrated my title, 40 years in Saint-Jean-d'Angély 1 month ago, I was a big emotion. All my friends was there. Hans Kinigan is coming. Nice. Some French great champion before me was there. It was a big motocross party.
Yeah.
Jacky, did you ever imagine that one day you would become a world champion? And if so, when did you start believing, actually, this is possible?
Always dreaming to become a world champion. And I read a book, Joël Robert, Who Are You?
Yeah.
And I think I was on that time 9, 10 years old, and then this book made a lot of inspired.
Yeah, inspired you.
Yes, a lot. After that, for sure, this was my goal.
Yeah.
And then when I won my first heat in Saint-Jean-d'Angély, GP heats, I thought yes. Could be possible now.
Yeah. Well, your first GP win came in 1984 in Holland. You then won again in Switzerland, going 1-1. Describe those emotions and those victories that you had.
Yeah, I didn't expect this all of light around me about this. I was not ready also for that, and then big surprise. And when I became a world champion, it's the title, it was really personal thing for me, and then I realized after that, it's not only for me, it's for my nation, all the fans, French fans, federation, press, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was about to talk about that, like 84, 85, you finished second in the championship to Heinz Kinigan at Kini. You were 2 points behind in the championship at the end. And in what, 85, 86, you finally got the job done. You mentioned there that it was very kind of not just for you, but for the fans, the national, the nation, and all these things. Over the course of the championship, of course, you dominated in 86. 11 race wins, 7 Grand Prix victories. big moment for you, big moment for France. We're just looking at some montage of images from your 86 career here. Did you realize how big that was going to be once you became world champion? As you said, not just for you, but for all the other people. Was it a crazy time?
Absolutely not.
No?
Because, I'm looking for me. This it was the title was really needed for me, personal. So, it's only this is what matter.
Yeah.
That's matter for me, And then I don't realize this thing. It's coming after that,
Yeah.
It's coming after that. And then, for sure on the 85, when I lose for 2 pounds, it was a really painful, hard lesson. That for this, the year after when I won with 87
Yeah, you
points
dominated.
front, yes.
You dominated.
And there was, I realized, I make, I learning about the lesson, about 85.
Yeah.
And then, yes, after that, it was really, I think the France is waiting for that.
Sure.
They're waiting for the first title in France,
Well, you said you didn't realize it would be so big, but, with the fans, with the press, with all that attention, was it quite surreal, strange to have all that, like overwhelming in a way? Was it what you imagined it would be?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Especially on that time, we're not riding to be celeb, to be, hero, and we're riding for us, It was more, not like today, and for sure not. But it was a big surprise for me.
Sure.
It's difficult to control everything, for sure.
Yeah.
In the course of your career, you had 13 Grand Prix victories, 23 race wins, 23 podiums, 1 world title. Yes, we know the stories. Injury prevented maybe winning a lot more. But when you look back, are you more than happy with, are you content with what you achieved in your racing career?
Well, I want to say, for sure, of course, if today with my knowledge, I have, could be, better to make less mistake and more wins, of course, but overall, I'm satisfied about, my career. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, nowadays you coach, you work with riders. Was that a natural transition for you to do that, or has that come from your work with FFM, with mentoring young talent and the next generation?
I think it was my vocation.
Right.
To transmit, the knowledge when I, to the riders, I think it's really, like a vocation, and they give me so much satisfaction, with the riders, it's natural for me. It was the continue, was my career like this. Yeah.
I like this picture. You and Brock Glover.
Yes, it's nice.
Just a final question. Obviously, we saw a quick clip there of some of the riders you've mentored. Obviously, I know Sebastian Tortelli, Romain Febvre, Jeremy Seewer. There have been many, many more over the years. And obviously, now you're working with Honda, with Tom Vial, maybe Ruben Fernandez a little.
Yes.
What has been the biggest change over the years? Because obviously, riding styles change, circuits change, technology changes. What has been the biggest thing that you found has changed, where you are still finding ways to improve a rider and how they deal with racing week in, week out?
The biggest change in beginning, I try to give everything to the riders, to try to look the line for them, to to give so much advice, today is really different, but it depends also the level of the riders, If it's a young, the young riders need to learn about everything, physical, technical, to become, athletic first, before to riding.
Patience.
Yeah, patient and everything. But with the riders like Romain, Tim, or Tom now, it's more, they got everything inside, deep inside. And my job is just to try to help them to take out all this good thing, because they have all the solution by inside.
Yeah, well, look,
and this is, this is what really important. Like the track today, the line is so difficult. If they have not the mind open to change the line on the right time, you know, so you can show the best line. It will be good for 10 minutes, but they have to change. They are alone on the bike, so they have to change straight away when they need to change, you know. So that for this, you know, to help them to have a really open mind, this is the best thing I can do for them.
Perfect. Well, look, Jacky, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've known you many, many years. It's great to see you're still involved working with the young kids and maybe the not so young as well, you know, the experienced riders. But great to have you here. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very
40
much.
years on becoming first world champion from France. And we'll see you over the course of the weekend and, of course, the rest of the season. Thank you, Jacky Vimond.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jacky.
Don't go anywhere just yet. Jason Thomas is our final guest. He's waiting to join us in a moment. But here's more from Dogfight, episode 5 of Behind the Gate. And we're going behind the scenes with MRT Racing Team Beta. Enjoy.
Dat zal wel een kutdag zijn, joh. Die stenen de hele tijd zo.
That's it, we've done the video.
One of the teams that are looking to improve in 2026 is the MRT Racing Beta team. And for 2026, they're relying on a couple of ex-Yamaha factory riders in the form of Jago Keerts and Rick Elzinga. When you think of the history of Beta, you think of enduro, you think of trials. And in those markets, they've been very, very successful. They've competed at the highest level. They've won world titles as well. But for them to do that in MXGP, they still need to find another step. But fair play and props to Elio Marchetti and the crew. They've worked tirelessly over the years to bring Beta up. They're just on the fringes of that top 10 at the moment, and if they can make it into the top 10, then that'll be a success all by itself. But still a bit of a way to go, but if they get there, then of course everybody in the team will be celebrating in one way or another.
Well, I would say I'm a 450 guy because I'm quite tall and heavy. Also, my style is a bit like that. I like when the bike has a lot of power and I can use it instead of like pushing and pulling on the bike. You know, that's what I like less to do. So yeah, I was really happy to move to 450. I still do. But yeah, like I said, I'm still clawing back from an injury and haven't tested much on the bike. So I just need time, I guess, to get into shape because at the moment the results are not good and for me it's the first time that I get lapped in my life and all I do is get lapped, so I'm really far behind.
You enjoy the sport there?
Yes, I can be here all day.
Welcome back to the final part of our studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Round 6 of the FI Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of France at La Capelle Marival. Jason Thomas, Fly Racing, joins us. Good to see you, JT. First time here in Europe this year. Before we talk 2026 and MXGP, obviously you're a member of the broadcast team in the US. The Supercross Championship has just come to an end out there. What a fantastic season. What was your overall take from that? And great for Kenny Roxton to finally get hold of that 450 title.
It was. Well, first of all, I'm embarrassed. I don't have gifts to follow from Jacky Vimond.
No.
I came wildly unprepared.
That's just rude. That's just rude.
I feel horrible about it. We're going to try to recover in real time, though. But no, I think, you know, every rider globally, even Hunter and Jet Lawrence and their family, was happy for Ken Roxon on some level. It was so overdue. If you really look at the course of his career, it felt really overdue, and we know all the things he went through to get there. But that was an emotional moment for a lot of people. And you don't often see a championship one where truly everyone is happy about him winning the championship. It was that kind of moment.
Well, look, you've had a couple of weekends off. Obviously, this is your second week off, but you decided to grace us with your presence. First time in this part of France at La Capelle Marival, in the region, the Lot region. It's quite nice, isn't it? Is it kind of caught your breath and kind of caught your imagination here? Have you had a look around?
I have gotten an opportunity to do that, and I like visiting new venues. You know, we've been going to these races globally for a long time, and you go to a lot of the same tracks and same stadiums in the U.S. and same outdoor venues. And even for me in the GPs, it seems to work on the same weekends where I'll continue to go the same ones, Wamel and all the normal haunts. So this was fun for me to go to a new area. I have not been to the southwest area of France a whole lot. So, yeah, I like the newness because going on 30 years of going to these races, you don't get a lot of new anymore.
Sure.
Well, you've had a chance to watch free practice a few moments ago. What are your thoughts on the track? Because it's not a typical French track, is it? Like a Saint-Jean or Ernée?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's super condensed, right? It feels similar to like a Southwick where the track is right in the middle of the town and there's all these other things going on and it's just such a unique place to have a Grand Prix. But the track itself, you know, they've got a lot of moisture in it right now, a lot of ruts, but I think with temperatures 30 degrees, you're going to need that. So I think for what is a soft and ruddy racetrack is going to be a godsend tomorrow and later in today's qualifying because that moisture will stay into it. But yes, it is a small racetrack. You walk around it and it does feel a lot different than the prototypical European MXGP track.
Yeah. Well, you've spoken a lot with Paul on the podcast about how Jeffrey Hurlings looks on his new Honda. Now you've been here, you've watched free practice, you've seen him more up close, live. How's he looking? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it looks like he picked up right where he was here 5 years ago. You know, he has so much confidence, and I love coming off of these long breaks. You know, this is one of the longest breaks I've seen for whether it's, you know, in the U.S. or here. It's almost like a second off season. So who is going to take another step? Who has made a big jump in their fitness or the motorcycle or what have you? But, I mean, the first time out, you have Hurlings and Kunin at the top again. So seems like maybe the guys that were really good are going to be still really good.
Yeah.
Well, the last time, one of the last times we saw you last year was Lommel. That's big on the calendar because of a lot of industry go there. The French GP is big just for different reasons. A lot of home talent stacked in both classes. Obviously, in MXGP, you got Romain Febvre, the defending champ. Maxime Grau is in there as well. Obviously, Thibaut. You know, then you can go through to MX2 as well. How do you see the MXGP class panning out this weekend? Because would you put pressure on Romain Febvre, Jeffrey Hurlings because he won Trentino last time out, Lucas Kunin because he's the series leader, Tim Geiser because he won a race last time out? There's so many kind of takeaways from what we saw 5 weeks ago. You know, how do you see this one panning out from what you've seen so far?
Well, I would think that the riders are all asking the same question you are. You know, is the trend that we saw going into the break going to be this trend that we see coming out of the break? And they're all going to be asking questions of each other. You know, for a guy like Tim Geiser, were they able to take a step with the motorcycle, right? They've had all this time to review maybe what wasn't perfect and try to improve upon that. But I think it's really important for the guys that were at the front, Lucas Kunin, to come out and say, I'm still going to be the guy moving forward. And there's going to be so much racing in a short amount of time moving forward that it's going to be really difficult to make improvements from here because it's just going to be racing upon racing upon racing. So I think this is a big statement race because it can set the tone for the next couple of months, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, MX2, Simon Langenfelder, now has a slim 3-point lead over Sasha Kunin. Coming into this weekend, who do you think out of those two has the advantage?
Well, both of them are incredibly good on the hard pack type racetracks, and they're so familiar with each other. They were teammates, of course, last year. So I kind of see it as very even. You know, I would give Simon the edge because he is the reigning champion and he's been so consistent. And I think he has confidence from getting the job done last year that I think he's willing to take things as they come and go. And you think about the weekends where he didn't have so much luck. There were weekends where he really gave a lot of points back. I think that builds kind of a mental fortitude for him to where he's not going to crack easily here. So for Sasha, rack up as many race wins as you can, but I expect Langenfelder to be there all the way.
Obviously, we can't discount the other riders. Third in the championship, put 40 points off the lead, 37 off a second. Guillaume Ferrez, he's in a three-way battle with Liam Everts, Camden McClellan. Of course, we can't rule out Yannis Racelis in his rookie season as well, 6th in standings. But the home hero, and everyone's going to be shouting for him this weekend, Kawasaki's Mathis Valin. With a lot of pressure on his shoulders and expectations, maybe first race win, maybe even first Grand Prix win this weekend. There's a lot to unpick, maybe, because it's not just about those top two in the championship, is it?
Well, if he's not on the podium, I think that would be a big letdown this weekend. He's had opportunity to win that, you know, mechanical that he had in Switzerland. It's hard to say he wasn't going to have a race win there. So it's not like his form hasn't been there, and you look at the race, this type of dirt, this type of track really suits him. It's hard to say he's going to have a race win when you have Sasha and Simone riding the way they are, but I wouldn't rule it out at all. He's going to be one to contend with.
Sure, right. Just before we go, can we just go to our big screen on the back here? The big image of JT here, look. You look like you scrub up quite well.
Running for office or something there, yeah.
JT for president. Governor
But
Jason Thomas.
Jacky had a brooch in his.
Yeah, Jacky was
He's
well
just
dressed.
he had the brooch.
I'm coming up short on every level
Well,
to Jacky
clearly.
Vimond. World champion. He brings gifts. He has a brooch. There's nothing.
I'm glad you wore your shorts
that.
and T-shirt because I feel like normal again now, like I didn't underdress.
Sorry, Jason, I just totally burst your bubble there. Like,
yeah, the brooch.
you look good. You
The
look
brooch
good.
killed it.
I'm used to
you look
being
good.
underwhelming all the time.
Well, look, JT, you're going to be joining us in the booth for qualifying races, MX2, MXGP races over the course of the weekend. This is what we've got to look forward to over the course of today, of course. 1:35 MX2 time practice. I'll be in the booth there, followed immediately by MXGP time practice. Then we've got WMX Race 1, straight into 1:25 presented by FMF Racing. Then the qualifying races at the end of the day with Jason Thomas and I. Well, that's it. We are going to be hitting the road pretty much every weekend from here on out now. We go to Germany next week, then Latvia, and it's just flat out crazy. That's it for our studio show here. From me, Paul Malin, Lisa Leyland, thanks to Jason Thomas, of course, Jacky Vimond and Maxime Grau. We'll see you next week when we do it all again in Germany 1 week from now in Teushenthal. See you then. Bye for now.